Free NFL picks. This is action here for Sunday, October 1st. Tony T with our NFL pick show here for Sunday action. We have all 14 games, 4 games. You just a couple of things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free NFL picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like college football, like Major League Baseball. Of course, NBA hockey is not too far away, making a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel with that like, that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. Then visit Tony'sPicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers. Get signed up to our long-term passes. Hot cappers up there like Ramon Scott for the year. Joseph Schultz. Collins has been red hot the last 30 days. So is Nick Vartini. Yours truly up there. Of course, Collins, what a past 24 hours for Collins. Last 7 days. Mindy up there in the leaderboards. Click the links. Get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll find our latest pre and picks here center of the page. Click the tabs for our best bets. Each capper can release a best bet from each sport per day. Be locked and loaded here for you Sunday. $15 premium picks are promotional. Each capper can designate a play on their card as a $15 premium pick. To ensure service to new and existing customers, you can see many customers want. We make good impressions. You see a lot of best bets at that $15 price point. Multi-packs offer great value. It'll be locked and loaded. Also, something new feature, we just added props. So you purchase your prop packages here on our site as well. And you can also purchase our plays a la carte from our pick ticker, as well as props. On our pick ticker, there you'll find team versus team information. The green is late steam. These are late releases by the cappers between 5 minutes and 2 hours before game time. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use our promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Go ahead and get signed up. We'd always love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments. And we are looking for cappers. Apply on that home page. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Falcons and Jaguars NFL pick here early on a Sunday morning. Game will be played in Wembley Stadium in London, England. Atlanta starters on offense and defense healthy. Jacksonville receiver Zay Jones is out with the right tackle questionable. On defense, their nose tackle questionable with the linebacker out. Atlanta fell to 2-1 with their 20-6 road defeat to Detroit Lions. Falcons rushed for just over 2 yards per carry. They held the Lions over 3 yards per rush with 243 passing yards on 33 attempts. Desmond Ridder completed 21 of 38 for 201 yards. He averaged 5.3 yards per attempt and took 7 sacks, losing 62 yards. Jacksonville fell to 1-2 with their 37-17 home defeat to the Houston Texans. Jaguars rushed for 4.5 yards a carry. They limited the Texans to just over 3 yards a carry, but 280 passing yards on 30 attempts. Trevor Lawrence completed 27 of 40 for 279 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 7 yards per attempt. The Jaguars had a -2 turnover margin at back-to-back travel for Atlanta in the spot. Ridder 0-3 straight up as an away underdog. Falcons have the 29th ranked passing attack. Jaguars are doing a good job of stopping the run. Atlanta is 27th offensively on third down. Ridder's inefficiency the concern here. Play here Jacksonville -3. Rams and Colts NFL pick here for action on Sunday. LA tight end and left tackles are questionable on offense. Their defensive starters healthy. Indianapolis left tackle and center are out with their left guard questionable. On defensive tackle questionable. LA fell to 1-2, a 19-16 road defeat at Cincinnati. Los Angeles rushed for 71 yards on 13 carries. They limited the Bengals to under 3 yards per rush with 242 passing yards on 49 attempts. Matthew Stafford hit on 18 of 33 for 269 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He averaged 8.2 yards per attempt. He took 6 sacks as 2 offensive linemen went down to injuries. Rams were just 1 of 4 inside the red zone. Indianapolis improved at 2-1, a 22-19 road overtime victory at Baltimore. The Colts rushed for 4 yards a carry. They did surrender 186 yards rushing to the Ravens with 178 passing yards on 31 attempts. The Colts allowed 5 sacks but had a +2 turnover margin. Anthony Richardson missed the game due to concussion. Gardner Minshew went 27 of 44 for 227 yards and a touchdown. He averaged just 5.2 yards per attempt. 5 field goals were made by Matt Gay, including that 53-yard game winner. Colts struggling in pass defense, allowing 251 yards and 69% completion rate. The Colts passing game averaging just 5.4 yards per attempt and rushing for under 3.9 yards per carry. Injuries to the Indianapolis offensive line are the major concern here. How is Richardson going to handle coming back from a concussion, right? that hit there. So there's also things you got to worry about with him running, and that's something he's got to think about when he's in the pocket, making sure that he can protect himself. Play here will be on Rams at a pick'em. Commanders and Eagles NFL pick. This is action here on Sunday. Washington starters on offense and defense are healthy. Philadelphia receiver Watkins out. On defense, their strong safety is questionable. Washington fell to 2-1, a 37-3 home defeat to the Buffalo Bills. The Commanders rushed for 105 yards on 13 carries. They surrendered 168 rushing yards to the Bills with 218 passing on 32 attempts. Sam Howell hit on 19-29 for 170 yards and 4 interceptions. Washington allowed 9 sacks. It was a -4 turnover margin for the Commanders. Philadelphia 3-0 after their 25-11 road victory on Monday night. To the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Eagles rushed for 201 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry. They limited the Bucs to just over 2 yards per rush with 133 passing yards on 25 attempts. Eagles were just 1 of 5 inside the red zone. Jalen Hurts, 23 of 37 for 277 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He rushed for 28 yards and a touchdown. Eagles are allowing 262 yards passing and 66% completion rate defensively. Commanders' defense has been strong in the red zone. Short week for Philadelphia after playing on Monday. Washington is running for 5 yards a carry. Play here will be on Washington plus the 9. Broncos and the Bears NFL pick for action on Sunday. Denver has healthy starters on offense. On defense, a linebacker is out with a free safety questionable. Chicago healthy starters on offense. On defense, a corner and safety are out. Denver fell to 0-3 after their 70-20 road defeat to the Miami Dolphins. Broncos defense was torched for 726 yards with 350 rushing. They allowed 376 passing yards to the Dolphins on 28 attempts. Denver rushed for nearly 3.5 yards a carry. Russell Wilson, 23 of 38 for 306 yards with a touchdown and pick. He averaged 8.1 yards per pass attempt. Denver surrendered 6 of 6 inside the red zone. Chicago 0-3 after their 41-10 road defeat at Kansas City Chiefs. The Bears were down 34-0 at the half. Chicago rushed for just over 4.5 yards a carry. They did allow 153 rushing yards to the Chiefs with 303 passing on 38 attempts. Justin Fields hit on 11 of 22 for 99 yards with a touchdown and interception. He rushed for 47 yards on 11 carries. His average path depth to his targets, 6.6 yards, which ranks near the bottom of the NFL. The sack percentage is 13%, which is amongst the worst in the league. Bears defense allowed 5 of 5 red zone conversions. Chicago is 29th ranked offensively in the NFL by averaging only 250 yards a game. Bears defense sits 30th by allowing 407 yards a game. Chicago defense 32nd on third down, 29th in the red zone. They are giving up big plays in the passing game by allowing 12.6 yards per completion, 8.7 yards per pass attempt. Denver has the better offense by margin here and average 6 yards per play, which is ranked 6th in the league. Play here, Denver -3. Buccaneers and Saints NFL pick for action on Sunday. Tampa Bay offensive starters are healthy. On defense, a defensive end and corner are out. Their nose tackle and linebacker and right corner are questionable. New Orleans quarterback Derek Carr, he's questionable. And their right guard is out. On defensive corner and safety are out. Tampa Bay fell to 2-1 with their 25-11 home defeat on Monday night. To the Philadelphia Eagles, the Buccaneers ground game stalled with under 3 yards per rush. They surrendered 201 yards rushing to the Eagles with 271 passing yards on 37 attempts. Baker Mayfield, 15 of 25 for 146 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 5.8 yards per pass attempt. After facing the Vikings and Bears to open the season, Mayfield struggled against the defending NFC champions. New Orleans fell to 2-1 after their 18-17 road defeat to the Green Bay Packers. Saints blew a 17-0 lead after 3 quarters. They rushed for 3.5 yards a carry. They limited the Packers to under 4 yards a carry with 245 yards passing on 44 attempts. Derek Carr has a sprained AC joint in his shoulder. It's questionable here. Jameis Winston relieved last week in the third quarter, going 10 of 16 for 101 yards and 6.3 yards per attempt. The Saints were up 17-0 when Winston relieved and drove the team for their missed 46-yard field goal attempt, which would have been the game winner. Would have been a totally different story. Short week for Tampa Bay off their Monday night loss. Winston, his experience here, starting cornerback, should he fill in here. New Orleans defense is 8th on third down, 3rd in the red zone. This unit sits 10th in total defense. Buccaneers offense just 24th in the league, averaging 284 yards a game. They are rushing for only 2.8 yards a carry, and with their injuries on the offensive line, it could be very difficult in this road spot for Mayfield. Play here in New Orleans, -3.5. Ravens and Browns NFL pick here for action on Sunday. Baltimore running back Hill is questionable, as is their center. Receivers Beckham and Bateman are out with their left tackle doubtful. On defense, 2 linebackers and a corner are out. Both safeties questionable. Deshaun Watson is questionable for Cleveland. Their starters on defense healthy. Baltimore fell to 2-1 with their 22-19 home overtime defeat to the Indianapolis Colts. The Ravens rushed for 186 yards. They allowed 4 yards per rush to the Colts with 188 yards passing on 44 attempts. Lamar Jackson, 22 of 31 for 202 yards with 6.5 yards per attempt. He rushed for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ravens surrendered 5 made field goals in defeat. Cleveland improved to 2-1 with their 27-3 home victory to the Tennessee Titans. The Browns rushed for under 3 yards a carry. They limited the Titans to 26 rushing yards with 68 passing on 25 attempts. Deshaun Watson, 27 of 33 for 289 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 16 rushing yards. Watson was limited in practice. Rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson out of UCLA could see action here. He did show well in the preseason. He played about 5 years at UCLA. Started, pretty much every year he was at the school, and probably will just be asked to be a game manager. And we'll tell you why. Because the Browns have the top defense in the NFL by allowing just 164 yards a game. Cleveland's still running for 4.5 yards a carry, and which would aid Robinson should he get called in here. Also, it's going to aid Deshaun Watson. Also, Dorian Thompson-Robinson has the ability to run for the first down, knows how to run out of bounds. We've seen him play at UCLA a lot. They have very fast secondaries, those fast collisions. He wants to avoid. He avoided those pretty well. He was a sideline runner here, so he has the smarts to do that. Cluster injuries are a massive concern for the Ravens. Play here Cleveland -2. Vikings and Panthers NFL pick. Here we go. Action on Sunday. Minnesota center is questionable. On defense, a linebacker is questionable. Carolina running back Sanders and receiver Mingo are questionable. On defense, a linebacker questionable. Minnesota fell to 0-3 with their 28-24 home defeat to the Los Angeles Chargers. Vikings rushed for over 5 yards a carry. They limited the Chargers to 30 yards rushing, but 445 yards passing on 48 attempts. Kirk Cousins, 32 of 50 for 367 yards and 3 touchdowns and an interception in there. He averaged 7.3 yards per attempt. The Vikings were only 1 of 4 inside the red zone. Carolina fell to 0-3 with their 37-27 road defeat at Seattle. The Panthers rushed for only 44 yards. They allowed 146 yards to the Seahawks on the ground with 279 passing on 36 attempts. Bryce Young missed the game due to an ankle injury. He practiced on Wednesday, is on track to play. The rookie is completing 59% of his passes with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He averages just 4.2 yards per pass attempt and has rushed for 51 yards. Minnesota sits 3rd in total offense, averaging 406 yards a game with really strong performance in the passing game. Carolina really struggling with their rookie quarterback with accuracy. The offense is putting up 299 yards a game. Now, Panthers have double-digit losses to the Falcons and Seahawks. Young missed the last week's game, is averaging only 4.2 yards per pass attempt. Don't see the Panthers able to match scores here with the Vikings. Play here in Minnesota at -4.5. Dolphins and the Bills NFL pick. Here we go. Action for Sunday. Miami has their left tackle and center questionable. On defense, the linebackers out with safety questionable. Buffalo has healthy starters on offense and a safety out on defense. Miami 3-0 after their 70-20 home victory to the Denver Broncos. Dolphins rushed for 350 yards in the game. They limited the Broncos to 3.5 yards a carry with 294 yards passing on 38 attempts. Tua Tagovailoa, 23 of 26 for 309 yards with 4 touchdowns. He averaged about 12 yards per attempt. The team was 6 of 6 inside the red zone. Buffalo improved to 2-1 after their 37-3 road victory to Washington. Bills rushed for 168 yards. They did allow 105 yards rushing to the Commanders with only 125 passing on 29 attempts. Bills had a +4 turnover margin by picking off all 4 passes. Josh Allen, 20 of 32 for 218 yards with a touchdown and interception. Miami faced Buffalo 3 times last season and it was very competitive, losing by no greater than 3 points. Now factor a healthy Tua and early October weather in Buffalo, sitting around 70 degrees. In their 2 meetings in Buffalo last year, the Dolphins averaged 30 points a game. Miami won their home game against Buffalo in 2022 in late September. Play here Miami +3. Steelers and the Texans NFL pick for action on Sunday. Pittsburgh has their right guard out. Their defensive starters are healthy. Houston left tackle and left guard are out. Their center questionable. On defense, their middle linebacker is out. Pittsburgh improved to 2-1 with that 23-18 road win at the Las Vegas Raiders. Steelers rushed for 3.5 yards a carry. They held the Raiders here to 69 yards rushing with 293 passing on 44 attempts. Pittsburgh had a +3 turnover margin in the game. Kenny Pickett, 16 of 28 for 235 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 8.4 yards per attempt through the air. Houston improved to 1-2, a 37-17 road win at Jacksonville. Texans rushed for over 3 yards a carry. They surrendered 4.5 yards per rush to the Jaguars with 288 yards passing on 42 attempts. Houston had a +2 turnover margin. C.J. Stroud, 20 of 30 for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 4.3 yards per pass attempt. Houston was aided by an 85-yard kickoff return for touchdown, built that early 17-zip lead. Texans pass defense has issues, though, allowing 73% completion rate, 6.9 yards per pass attempt. Houston 32nd offensively in the red zone. The defense 27th on third down and in the red zone. Cluster offensive line injuries are a massive concern for this rookie quarterback against the Steelers defense. Both backup left tackles are also out for Houston. 3 backup right tackles out for Houston as well. Filling these voids on the left side is going to be very challenging. Play here Pittsburgh at -2.5. Bengals and the Titans NFL pick for action on Sunday. Cincinnati tight end Smith Jr. out. On defense, a linebacker is questionable. Titans wide receiver Brooks is out, and so is their right guard. On defense, a nose tackle and defensive end are questionable. Cincinnati improved to 1-2 with their 19-16 home victory to the Los Angeles Rams. The Bengals rushed for just 2 yards per attempt. They limited Los Angeles to 71 rushing yards and 221 passing on 33 attempts. Joe Burrow, 26 of 49 for 259 yards and an interception. He averaged just 5.3 yards per pass attempt. Tennessee drops to 1-2 with their 27-3 road defeat to the Cleveland Browns. Titans rushed for only 27 yards. They held the Browns to 2.5 yards a carry with 263 passing yards on 33 attempts. Ryan Tannehill, 13 of 25 for 104 yards. He averaged 4.2 yards per attempt. Tannehill was sacked 5 times, but the Titans defense recorded 3 sacks in the game. Both offenses ranked near the bottom of the league. Titans have struggled defending the pass this year by giving up 275 yards, 10.7 yards per completion, 7.7 yards per pass attempt. And the Bengals have run the ball effectively here, 5.1 yards a carry on the ground. I should say that's the Titans are running the ball well, 5.1 yards a carry. So we could see some Derrick Henry here. Titans were able to generate 27 points at home to the Chargers. Play here will be Cincinnati and Tennessee over 41. Raiders and Chargers NFL pick. Here we go. Action on Sunday. Las Vegas quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo questionable. On defense, both defensive ends are questionable, as is a corner. Los Angeles running back Austin Eckler doubtful. On defense, Joey Bosa questionable, as is the safety. Their free safety doubtful. Los Angeles 1-2 after a 28 to Las Vegas is 1-2 after their 28-13 home defeat to Pittsburgh Steelers. 23-18, that is. Raiders rushed for only 69 yards. They limited the Steelers to 3.5 yards a carry with 228 yards passing on 28 attempts. Las Vegas had a -3 turnover margin. Jimmy Garoppolo, 28 of 44 for 324 yards with 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. He averaged 7.4 yards per attempt. He was limited in practice as he's in concussion protocol. Las Vegas could look for Brian Hoyer or rookie Aiden O'Connell, who was impressive during the preseason. Los Angeles improved to 1-2 a 28-24 road win at Minnesota. The Chargers rushed in this game for only 30 yards. They allowed 130 yards on the ground to the Vikings with 345 yards passing on 50 attempts. Justin Herbert, 40 of 47 for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 8.6 yards per pass attempt. The Chargers intercepted a pass in the end zone in the closing seconds to preserve that victory. Garoppolo took part in limited practice on Thursday and Friday. Chargers have the number 2 offense in the league by averaging 417 yards a game. Raiders are surrendering 75% completion rate. Chargers 31st in total defense and giving up 6.9 yards per play, also ranking 31st. Los Angeles allowing opposing quarterbacks 12.6 yards per completion, 8.5 yards per pass attempt. Teams are rushing for 4.4 yards against them. This has a look of a high-scoring game. Play here is Las Vegas and Los Angeles over 48.5. Cardinals and 49ers NFL pick. Here we go for Sunday. Arizona receiver Marquise Brown questionable, as is their right tackle. On defensive tackle and linebacker are out. San Francisco receivers Jawan Jennings doubtful and Deebo Samuel questionable. On defensive linebacker is questionable. Arizona improved to 1-2. A 28-15 home victory to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cardinals rushed for 222 yards. They surrendered 185 rushing yards to Dallas with 231 passing on 40 attempts. Arizona held Dallas to 1-5 inside the red zone. Joshua Dobbs, 17-21 for 189 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 9 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 55 yards. San Francisco improved to 3-0, a 30-12 home victory on Thursday night. To the New York Giants, the 49ers rushed for 141 yards. They held the Giants to 29 yards on the ground, 121 passing on 33 attempts. Brock Purdy, 25 of 37 for 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 8.4 yards per attempt. Cardinals getting production on the ground, 5.6 yards a carry. Their passing game has shown accuracy with 72% completion rate. 14 points is a lot to lay in a divisional game against a Cardinals team that for the most part has shown competitiveness in their games. Play here Arizona plus the 14. Patriots and the Cowboys NFL pick. Here we go. Sunday. New England has a left guard on offense questionable. On defense, their nose tackle and linebacker are questionable. Cowboys have their left tackle out with the center and right guard questionable. Their defensive starters are healthy. New England improved at 1-2, a 15-10 road win at the Jets. The Patriots rushed for nearly 4 yards a carry on 40 rushing attempts. They held the Jets to 38 rushing yards with 133 passing yards on 36 attempts. Mac Jones, 15-29 for 201 yards with a touchdown. Dallas fell to 2-1, a 28-16 road defeat to Arizona Cardinals. Cowboys rushed for 185 yards. They surrendered 222 yards rushing to the Cardinals with 178 passing on 21 attempts. Dallas 1 of 5 inside the red zone. Dak Prescott hit on 25 of 40 for 249 yards with a touchdown and interception. He was missing 3 starting offensive linemen in the game. Dallas 4th in total defense and the Patriots 5th. Cowboys offensive line banged up. Patriots are struggling to get points. Dallas running at high volume here to preserve their defense, keep them fresh on the field. Play here will be New England and Dallas under 43.5. Chiefs and the Jets NFL pick. Here we go on Sunday night. Kansas City offensive starters are healthy. They have their middle linebacker out. New York has healthy starters on offense. Their free safety out. Kansas City improved to 2-1 after their 41-10 home victory. The Chicago Bears, KC were up 34-zip at the half. They rushed for 153 yards. KC held the Bears to just over 4 yards a carry with 187 passing yards on 22 attempts. The team was 5 of 5 inside the red zone. Patrick Mahomes, 24 of 33 for 272 yards and 3 interceptions. He averaged 8.2 yards per attempt and rushed for 28 yards. New York fell to 1-2, a 15-10 home defeat to New England Patriots. Jets rushed for only 38 yards. They surrendered 157 yards rushing to the Patriots with 201 yards passing on 29 attempts. Zach Wilson, 18 of 36 for 157 yards, averaging just 4.4 yards per attempt. Jets offense started poorly with 1 first down in their first 5 drives. Chiefs are 5th in total offense, 390 yards they average per game on both sides. The team strong on third down and red zone. Jets are 32nd ranked offense in the NFL, averaging 225 yards a game. KC defense holding foes to 280 yards a game. KC defense strong as well, holding teams to 280 yards a game. And that's good for 7th in the league. New York offense is 32nd and last on third down, just 21% conversions. Play here Kansas City minus 8.5. All right, that was our NFL Pick Show here for Sunday. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free NFL picks updated all season long, free picks every day from all the major sports. Of course, we got college football, MLB playoffs coming up as well. NBA not too far away, so is NHL. So it's a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel with that like, that thumbs up, it's greatly appreciated. Don't forget to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save the 20% off. Follow the link in the description and get to our site. All right, we'll have a lot more free picks throughout today. Live shows as well over our channel from lots of cappers giving out picks. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.